The Premier League has spent around 2.26 billion euros in this summer transfer window. By the time it closes, there's a strong possibility of breaking the record set in 2023 of 2.36. If you compare the Premier League spending to other top leagues, Bayer Leverkusen spent the most with 141 million euros. Promoted side Sunderland spent oh my God. They spent a little bit more with 165 million euros. Atalanta, Serie A's big spender, with 122 million euros. Burnley spent 125 million euros. Liverpool, all by themselves, spent $2 million less. 2 million euros, sorry, the American jumped out of me, than Atleti and Real Madrid combined. A reporter asked Pep about the major spending happening in the league, wondering, can this continue?
I think it's the club Spanish because with the strict financial fair play rules, so it's the Spanish because they can do it. And apparently it's not just Man City, right?
It's not just Man City, right? Oh, that's my esteemed panel. The show bros. Is this the new normal? Is Premier League now in a never-ending arms race? Is this bad for football? You pick a question, you answer it how you want, or be like Tarek and just answer whatever question that you want.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, how are we talking about, is this new? This isn't new. This has always been this way. Money is always, the club with the most money has always been up near the top. And if you don't even talk about like transfer spending, but just like your wage bill, it's always been about money. People acted like it was something new because it was City, a quote unquote new club, but it ain't nothing new. Nothing's changed. It just so happens that the clubs at the top have changed. So no, I don't think it's an issue. I think it just is what it is. The clubs have more and more money today than they did yesterday, and each time the TV deal keeps going up, which supposedly maybe the next one doesn't go up. We'll see. But every time it goes up, they just get more and more money in their pocket, which is why you just got to stay in the Premier League. Just don't go down. If you stay in the league, you have more money at your disposal than most other leagues winners. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to win it. Just stay in be top 10. You have more spending power than most other clubs. That's not Real Madrid and Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Everybody else you can outspend. It just is what it is. Can't hear you, Charlie.
Mute is real. I'm rusty. Sorry. Long day. To echo that point, back in the 90s, if you were to equate the dollars that United spent when they would continuously break the transfer record, it's about the same, right? Like they were spending the most. That was a reason Sir Alex Ferguson kept winning. He kept getting the best players. Like, this is not a random concept. If you look at how Italy was once the Premier League, Serie A was like those guys, right? Those clubs were making crazy bank. What shifted is the TV money. And like the deal that Barclays has compared to the other big four, it doesn't even compare. It's like going from like the University of Alabama football team to like Vermont. Like they just don't even, like, they're not in the same stratosphere. And so when you think about revenue, it's a worldwide followed league. So you're getting those shirt sales, those little deals for City Plus or City TV or whatever. Like, every club has their streams. The brand deals are the highest in the world, aside from like we know the big clubs. And all that goes to what happens when we get to Champions League. There's a reason why it's a easy expectation you can get at least 3 Premier League teams in the quarterfinals of Champions League. Or like, if you don't make the last 16 in the Champions League, it's a failure, because you should be in the last 16 every single year. So it's just like the standard is there. And I like that it happens. Also, like, we might talk about this a little bit later. I like the way certain clubs are starting to position their sales, Because you can only sell now to Premier League teams if you want to Premier League teams, Saudi or Turkey, if you actually want to get value for your players. So there's now like a new little method that's happening where clubs are realizing, like, hey, if I want to sell this player, I need to send them to a rival or like a lower side team, like an Everton with Jack Grealish, right? He can kind of hurt everybody else that's on my same, that's fighting for the title. So it's pretty interesting what clubs are starting to do.
Okay. I guess y'all are no fun. I was hoping to get you some sort of answer that I could clip up and get TikTok all in a frenzy.
We were like Bournemouth. Like, we are citizens. Like we love money. Like, who you thought this was? Like, this isn't poor little Aston Villa out here who can't, who's fighting PSR. Like, no. We can go spend whatever we want.
Man,
we're good.
Aston Villa, they really are in a bad way. I was looking at a stats table. I wish I could remember where it's from, but it was showing all of the clubs in the Premier League and how much money they spend on their salary compared to what they make, like they profit from. And Aston Villa basically spends, it was like 95% of their money that they make on, there we go. They spend 95% of their money that they make on their roster. So they just like always immediately broke.
Yeah, that's the whole European, squad cost controls or whatever, where excuse me, for like European competitions, Champions League, all that, you're only going to be allowed to spend like 75 or whatever. It's something in the 70s, like 70 some odd percent. So a club like Aston Villa is already going to be breaking that. And, the thing about UEFA right now, it's all just been fines. So it's like, whatever, I'll take the fine and spend the money. Who cares? But they're even saying maybe that the Premier League might move to something like that, or maybe it's a piece of that already in there. I don't know, but just tying it to how much revenue and then the percentage wise, how much you can spend. Again, all of it, in my opinion, to keep the big teams big, the small teams small.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Tom?
How's it going, fellas?
What's up?
Tom, here's the opening question. Do you support the Premier League making it rain all over the rest of the world?
It ain't tricking if you got it.
That's the clip. Boom. There it is. I did that for you, Tom.
I appreciate you. We making art over here. You know the vibes. Shady gang. Hey, welcome to season 5, episode 146 of Shades of Blue.
This is culturally inappropriate.
We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men's and women's game, spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. We making art over here, capitalize the A. I am Crunk Chocolate. I'm here with my show bros, Sharpie Charter, Terry, Tom Bomb. How's it going? How you doing? How you feeling?
I mean, I closed out Saturday markedly better than I opened it. We'll put it that way.
I'm proud
I
of you.
like the way you put that. For me, man, like this was day one of year 14 in the classroom. Best first day I ever had. Truly like on cloud nine. Couldn't ask for a better start to another school year.
Love it. Love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, just glad to be here, man. Always enjoy being back with you brothers talking city. So let's do it.
Sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to the producer, Third Child, for our intro. If you're watching on YouTube, like that video. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment on what you thought on the episode. If you're listening on a audio only podcasting app, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Good Pods, any podcast streaming service that allows you to rate, we need that 5-star rating. Show some love. Leave a review. Say fantastic things. We always appreciate that. That's the best way to help the pod. That is free. You don't have to spend any money. You just gotta take like 45 seconds. 5-star. Good podcast. That's all you can even say. Good podcast. I like it. I recommend. It's nice, short, sweet. Boosts the algorithm, puts us in front of other most dope individuals like you. But say you go, hey, what is an extra level, another step above that to help Shades of Blue? I want to uplift the show, bros. Subscribe to our Patreon. It's both ways. You give us $6 a month and you get amazing original content like Breaking Bread, which is when I bring on writers, podcasters, fans of Manchester City's upcoming opponent for the men and the women, and we do match previews. So for Brighton coming up this week, shout out to Joe Sayers. He is a most dope podcast. Hold on, Albion Obsessed. I was about to say Brighton Obsessed. Shout out to Albion Obsessed podcast. He is going to join me, and we're going to have a nice match preview about those teams. Chopping it up. It's when we have most dope guests on. It's an interview series. We have had most amazing people on, like Aaron West. Let's see, Derek Ray. All the other amazing people. You should just check it out. We've had Diaspora United individually. You gotta take a time. Shea Butter FC. Well, how you doing? Most of people, friends, family, got to know people. An episode that just dropped today was Asil Tuafali. She is multi. So she has one PhD. She's about to finish up her second. Sports sociology, sports management. She had 5 caps with the Lebanese women's national team. Amazing individual. Talked how she fell in love with the game. A lot of talk about French football, what she is doing with her education to kind of change the game. She's written articles for Forbes. Like,
Crump, did you say she has a doctorate, like has already gotten one and is finishing another doctorate?
Mm-hmm. But I think she said
living
in a month.
She's living out the Kanye line from College Dropout. My degrees got degrees. Like that is
while also having 5 caps for the Lebanese national team. Like,
women
are amazing.
I personally can't wait to listen to this interview.
Yeah,
I got to. Like, I saw the email. I gotta run it tomorrow. Like, yes, yeah. I'm ready to lock in on that amount of brilliance.
And coming up, we have our friend Michael Reed. He is a Liverpool supporter, but he is one of the lead editors for Opta Joe. So most of these really cool stats that you see on Opta Joe, it's Michael Reed. So we had him on. Very fun conversation. And $6 a month gets you fantastic things to appreciate and enjoy. We also have a merch store, so check out that in the show descriptions. Click that link, buy some clothes, look dope, help us out. Today's episode.
Funk, your audio went out.
Oh.
After you said today's episode, couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Dang it. Hold on. In today's episode, let's try this again. In today's episode, we talk transfer updates, Ruben Dias's contract extension. I decided we need to unpack the 2-goal loss to Tottenham in the home opener. I do think what went wrong.
Listeners, I want you to note that he said, I decided. So that is a unilateral decision. I'm going to let y'all know that.
And I'm going to be honest, we're not going to do as much of a deep dive because I was like, I'm going to rewatch the game and I'm going to write down what happened in 1 minute, what moment happened. But I'm not going to lie to you. That Ryan Dory injury really fucked me up. I was upset during the watch along on Saturday, but watching it and knowing what happens for the rest of the game, I was like, man, that's really just something that we're gonna have to talk about, because that was the biggest thing to me. Obviously, everything happened and flowed, and there's reasons why his absence hurt my heart. We'll dive into it. We got that match. We're gonna look forward to Brighton. Shock, awe, and applause. Let's get it. All right, Ruben Dias signed a contract extension, 2 more years. It's going to be with us till 2029. Woo! I would love to hear your thoughts on this, but first, I have Ruben Dias, after the loss, talking to FG, explaining why he signed the extension.
It's a dream, I think, for an ambitious player to have the opportunity to be at a level in which everyone wants to win, and in a club where everyone wants to fight to win everything. So that was basically it. I was always going to stay on those terms, and it was a very easy decision for me.
Very easy decision. All right, thoughts and feelings. We got Diaz for 4 years. Happy, glad, indifferent. It is what it is.
I'll give it a thumbs up. Like, solid defender, leader of the back line, one of our captains. I've come a long way from the start of this show in 2022.
You all have.
So I appreciate what he does, right? At like true center back defending, his technique, his timing is superb. He uses his brain to make up for any gaps in athleticism. So I think his game is actually going to age really well because of that. He's not just a player who's super fast and then gets slower, and what do? He knows how to defend. And as we have younger defenders coming up like Kuznetsov and Hayes, it's great that he can be there to help them transition into, those starting positions in a couple of years.
Mm.
You know how you say you'll know if I'm in distress by the things that I'll say something, you'll know, okay, something that's not Terry, something's going wrong. I don't know who that person was. That was not Sharpie Charlie. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, that was not Sharpie Charlie. I don't know who I'm looking at on my screen, but that's not Sharpie Charlie. Because Sharpie Charlie,
I'm okay, I'm fine.
Sharpie Charlie would have told anybody.
I know, right?
That this man is at best our 4th best center back. Sharpie Charlie would have told you that he has no pace. He's a passion merchant. But he probably wouldn't go that far.
That's a great phrase.
I would go that far.
Charlie I didn't come up with that. Oh my God. That's excellent.
My issue with this decision, again, fine if you want to keep him, whatever. This is what I think is going to happen. It'll be fine for the first year, maybe 2 years. You said this is a 4-year deal?
29. It ends. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the last 2 years of that will be like, he's got to go. We will talk about him much like we're talking about all these other players. And the issue is, because we've given him so much money, we won't be able to get out of it. We'll be stuck with him taking up space for the next 4 years, because we're never going to get rid of him.
You thought his pace was bad now.
Exactly. That's why I was kind of like, he was like, he is gonna lose
You
pace
thought he
now.
was
Maybe
slow before.
again, we talk about his leadership and all this other stuff. And I said this on LB show the other day. Leadership doesn't matter if you can't do your own job. Again, I use the analogy when you get on the plane, they always tell you before they take off, they get that stewardess or whoever that stands there, and they tell you in the event of an emergency, the little air tubey thing, the mask is going to drop from the ceiling, and the first thing they tell you is put the mask on your own face first, and then go try to help somebody else. His leadership, yelling and screaming, pointing, and God doing all this stuff is great if he could do his own job. So that sounds kind of strong, but I just think we are going to be hamstrung by this decision in the last 2 years. And I think we have players that deserve to play that will not get a chance because he is taking up space. That is my opinion, and it is what it is.
This man
Tom,
preaching.
what do you think? Because I got one out of
Derek says sweep around your own front stoop first.
Clean it up. Clean it up.
I think it's the length that bothers me. Like, I think if even if it was just like knowing that he was extended through the end of 28, I think I would be okay with it. But like knowing that it's another 2 years, and how old is he? 30? Well, he's 26.
30. Oh no,
28.
28.
I think he's like
28.
29.
He's 28.
Yeah,
he's 28. He'll turn. He'll be 32 at the end of the deal.
Okay, so yeah, he'll be 32 at the end.
Which
of
is
the
younger
deal.
than Virgil right now. Virgil Van Dijk's 34, so
And
he'll be
he's
younger.
never been.
No, never been Virgil. No. I'm just saying, like, just age-wise.
Okay, for sure.
Profile.
That's fair. Yeah. Look at Sharpie. He's now low key like supporting. Like he's like kind of. But that's your thing. You always do the other side. I understand that, but because of that,
it's the length. I think. Like I don't. I get why you did it. I get why the player did it. I get why the club did it. It's the length just kind of feels to me.
I'm with you.
So here's my counter to what Tarek said. And not that I disagree with anything he said. I'll just add this out here. There will be a new manager when we get to those last 2 years, right? I think we all fully expect in 27, definitely like by 28, Pep Guardiola is no longer the manager of Manchester City. So maybe the club is literally setting it up to be like, hey, by the time this new manager comes in, you are the senior player. You're the Bernardo of this team, where you're not the best at your position, the best option at your position, but you still have value. And as we know, like, think about Fernandinho's last years at the club. He was a captain. He was not the starting DM. Roger was starting to take over, but he still played a role. He still came in when people got injured. He did the DM. He did center back, and we don't even talk about that right back game. God bless him. But the man gave it all. He was a servant to the club. So I feel like those wages are now cost controlled. And either he's going to go to Portugal after, and with 1 year left on his deal, he'll go to Saudi like Laporte did, right? He's going to follow that path because he'll only be 32, which is still solid for a center back. Especially when we look at, I know we'll talk about Akanji at some point, like where Akanji is in his career, right? It's kind of like, hey, I'm going to get you here. You win everything. And it should be like he is the support. He should be a squad player by then. If Pep stayed around, do I think Pep will overplay him? Of course. And I think hopefully with new ideas, a new manager, Vincent Kompany, you're able to see, hey, especially this, oh God, you're able to see like we're going to go with the people that are 24, 25 and really, attack.
Man, I love it. Okay, that's a nice little conversation.
Did you give your thoughts, Crunk?
Yeah, I think so. We'll keep it moving. You guys all do a good job at giving takes, and so unless I feel like I'm saying anything particularly different, I just keep it moving. I feel like I got a little, y'all nailed it. So we'll keep it moving to the transfers. Obviously, nothing has happened. This is the final week. Things have to happen. Savio, the latest is Tottenham reportedly are willing to offer the 80 million euros that it would take to get someone like that away. The thing that worries me is if something like this happens, we need to wake up to this news. So then come Wednesday, Thursday, City can bring in whoever it is to fill in for that space. Or maybe it's a right back. So then Nunes can go back to playing left wing. So then we can move somebody over right or something. We'll see. We know it's going to be chaos. But Tottenham, they actually reached out to Como for Nico Paz. They offered 70 million for him and turned that down because Real Madrid wants him back. Basically, they said this next summer, it's going to happen. We'll just bring him back, boy. So shout out to Tottenham for the money that you're about to spend. Beat us and then gave us a bunch of money. I'm frustrated. I'm so confused.
It's a win-win for us. Like, I'm really excited for the day I wake up and see on City Extra or Ornstein tweet, they agree to turn 75 plus 5 add-ons. Savinho goes there, signed until 2030, and now City's in for insert player here, right? Like, because he's not a necessity in the squad. So if you can make that much money on somebody who's not a necessity because Oscar Bob is healthy, that's a hell of a win, man. Like, not even saying who the next player to be would come in, just to make the money, because somebody's always desperate on deadline day. Like, we play Brighton that Sunday, deadline day is on Monday afternoon over there. So, like, there's plenty of time. Like, think about when we snuck in Akanji. Nobody saw that coming. That was the one that was like, wait, who? I saw him play at Dortmund. Who's that guy? So, like, I think they're just trying to make sure that things are lining up to where we hit. It may not happen before the match. I think it's going to be like last minute.
Hey,
you talking about Savio?
Yeah, just.
So, do you think well, I guess the question is, can we get Rodrigo out of Real Madrid? Because if we don't get him out, I don't think Savio goes. And I just saw the post from, what is it, Diarios or whatever, I don't know how you say it, but I had to look it up because I don't, my Spanish is not that good, but supposedly it says Rodrigo stays. And my response was to just post or to quote tweet it and to say, I put a couple gifts in there, but to say, don't believe the hype. It's Public Enemy. I don't care what they say. That man going, he ain't staying there. Don't believe the hype. So I think he gets out. I think, like you said, this comes down to the last couple days of the window. But I do think if Tottenham comes with the money, then I think he goes. I think we get Rodrigo, and it's just like a ripple effect.
It's going to have to be a bang-bang. Sorry, it's going to have to be like a bang-bang situation. If anything, like, City doesn't announce that they sold Savio, because the longer they wait, Rodrigo's price goes up, or at least Real Madrid won't be willing to haggle as much if they know, okay, you got Savio in for this much money. You now need a player. Pay us what we want.
Yeah, I think it'll be like kind of all back to back. You sitting over here talking to this, having this conversation. You got it. Yep. Okay. Boom. Okay. Pull the trigger over here. Boom. Boom. I don't think it's a matter of, oh, we got caught. That would be. I feel like that would be poor on whoever's doing the deals. That would be poor to get caught with, either, oh, we sold Savio and now we can't get Rodrigo, or we got to pay more for Rodrigo. I think that would be poor on whoever's part that's doing this deal. Shouldn't come down to that. Tom, you were ready to say something.
Does everybody think that, like, in order to even think about Rodrigo, that Savio has to go first? Like that?
I do. I think they're tied together. Yeah. If he doesn't go, I don't think we go get him.
So yeah, we can't add someone like Rodrigo on if we haven't gotten rid of Savio. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Mainly because they're both Brazilian. Like, literally, that we're at a numbers game here, which is why Akanji is now being linked with Crystal Palace and Galatasaray, and like, you have to trade. We got to trade like country for country. Got to keep the chemistry right. Seriously, like, we got to have homegrown players in that spot, just like Ake is staying on this because he is a homegrown player. Thank you, Bournemouth. I do think that like it's very similar. It's like we know Ederson's going to go. The price now for Donnarumma is 30 million, right? All these deals are now working in like connection. And then it's just going to be that domino effect. And so once that thing gets posted, now this thing gets posted, and it's just a matter of skeleting it. They're haggling over details. Somebody wants to win the deal, but these things don't stay out this long without something happening. Because by now, it would have been like Ederson would have came out and said, "Oh, I'm staying. I'm here, citizen till I die." He didn't say that. Like he chilled on the bench last game. Who knows? He might start his final game for the city this weekend, or they might just say, "Hey, Trafford, go back out there, keep your legs going." And Eddie, you stay real healthy for this transfer. Savinho, keep posting those workout pictures. You keep working out. Please don't get hurt and mess up this deal. Like all this stuff is booming towards Monday morning. We wake up in the States and go, "Oh, look at City. We got 3 players going to Galatasaray. Somebody's going to Palace, and Rodrigo."
I just think it's so
that's
funny.
My dream. That's my dream.
Pep, for the last 2 weeks, is just talking about how injured Savio is, and he is just doing the complete opposite. And obviously, you can still be too injured to play, but be able to work out. I just think it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Donnarumma, like Sharpie, you were talking about it. It's all on Ederson to figure out if he wants to leave, or I guess if Galatasaray wants to pay the price.
I think that one also had. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say personal agreement has been agreed to. That's from Fabrizio. Take what you want from that guy. I know some people feel very strongly about him. I mean, he is a post merchant, like bro. But also he's like a top earner on Twitter, so I get why he posts the same thing a million times because it goes crazy every single time. Yeah. What were you about to say?
For me, I'll say for me, I think if you told me one of those doesn't happen, it would be the Ederson one, because I feel like just off of what we've heard, right? I feel like PSG still want too much money. At the end of the day, they got a player that they've already told you got to go away. You're not going to play for us.
Goodbyes.
So
that's so crazy.
So 30, what was it? 30 million, 35 million euros, something like that.
For a 26-year-old who's won everything, except a World Cup.
But they're in a bind. They have to get rid of him. So I'm going to say they probably got to take another 5 to 10 off of that. Because I think when I looked at it, I think whatever it was, it came up to like 25 million pounds. I think because of the position that they are in, it's got to be like 20. You got to take another 5 off of that. That's with everything included. So
Man City are trying to get 20 for Ederson.
Right.
That's what I think.
I think at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's like it's got to be pretty close to even. I'm not going to go, because again, I'm almost kind of doing you a favor, taking this man off your, and I got to pay this dude
so much.
250 plus. Easy, 250 plus. So, do you want me to take him or not?
Let's break this down. Donnarumma has a skill. Donnarumma and Ederson have skills that are opposites, right? They're best skills. Donnarumma is a superb shot stopper, and he's a giant. Right, Ederson, average size, but has the best feet maybe in modern history as a goalkeeper. These moves wouldn't happen unless Pep wanted it to happen. Like you aren't going to get rid of his keeper that he brought in without his sign off. Like these terms don't get agreed to, or these reports don't come out that terms are agreed to unless Pep is like, yeah, we can do this because what do we need more than anything from that position? The feet are great, but if you can stop the goals and you can be big, we can figure out how to play out of the back. We got enough midfielders to come drop deep. We can make it work because, again, PSG just did it. Now, I think what Luis Enrique wanted to do was say, hey, I'm ready to evolve because he got Donnarumma first. Whereas Pep is like, oh, you know what? I haven't had this in a while because he's capable enough with his feet. He doesn't have to be superb. But I miss the guy who is 6'6" and is looking like, how am I going to shoot past him versus the guy who at times is like, wait, he should have saved that near post, I think, maybe. I don't know. And you have natural competition with James Trafford because they're only 3 years apart or 4 years apart. Like, you have the competition of the guy who's proven but coming into the PL and the guy who's coming back to his academy who's saying, like, I got to go at this. This is my dream. I got this one shirt, even though Donnarumma was a funny number. Like, like, I just think it makes sense. And I think they're just trying to wait it out to, like Tarek said, who's going to finagle, who's going to put the add-ons in, who's going to say that we could win the deal. But if Ederson stayed and by the international break, I would be shocked if he's there on September 2nd. Like, after the window closes, sorry. Like, I just don't like, I think Gundo has the best chance of staying of anybody because he can be that old man that's just chilling, like, play out your last year. It's all good. Get your swan song. But like Akanji, Ederson, and I'll put Savio third because that's the one that's kind of the most up in the air. Like, those are the 3 I think that are just going to go.
That's fair. And yeah, Akanji, that whole thing with Fabrizio posting on Instagram that fee had been agreed and Akanji commented, don't know anything about that. Shrug emoji. He ended up deleting that post naturally. He has to leave. He wasn't in the lineup this last weekend, and Pep said specifically, I just don't have room. Like, he was just one of the people this week who had to stay home. He was here last week. He didn't play, but he was here, and now he's resting. It's fine. It's cool. It's good. It's all not a problem. And then, yeah, Gundo. It does feel like Gundo's name is just added on to things for the sake of being added on to things. Nothing really seems too sure about that. Any other transfer news when it comes to City? For Baby Blue Baddies.
Yes.
Grace Clinton, that name is popping up. She has 1 year left at United. And City are in credit midfielder.
8'10" profile.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's so
and
hard
and big.
Yeah.
Not
and can score and has an eye for goal. Yeah, she's a baller. And that would be a huge addition. Our midfield, which now was our biggest weakness, is now a strength. Adding in Lohman. If we can add Clinton on top of it, we already have Yui. Miedema can kind of focus on just being a backup for Bunny. She doesn't have to play in the midfield doing all that up and down and running. We know she can do it. She's willing to do it. She doesn't want to do it, though.
I still think that you make her do it because I think that, until Jess Park proves that she can be consistent enough to
that's fair.
Play
that's
there it makes sense to.
She's a true 10 in that system. Like, she has to be a 10. You have 2 holding behind her, be it Lohman and Yui and Clinton, right? Like, and that way she doesn't have to do. She doesn't do 8 work. She just has to be there and support the press.
10. Correct.
And she can pass very well. Has the full range of passes, and obviously the greatest goal scorer in league history. It's wild that Bunny's trying to catch her as her teamate.
That is
I feel like Bunny
insane.
is like, damn, you scored another one. God damn, I need a brace. Like,
right.
This competition is great.
That's a competition, right?
Literally. I'm getting you, so I'm out last you. But don't you think I don't want your record? Like, I'm coming for it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, that's a great point. I love that. Oh, man.
Also, this just shows a true lack of ambition from United. United plays in a UWCL qualifier on Wednesday, probably when you're listening to this episode, and possibly your best asset as a club as far as youngest talent with the potential that they do, and then she's rumored to leave, and not just leave but leave across town. That's
She won't even
like,
technically have to move. Like she can
Correct.
just stay where she's living.
right, and just come to CFA as opposed to wherever they had those portables set up for them last
Oh
season.
no. Yikes. Oh man. Love it. Love it. Let's go. Phrases. We're gonna move on to Man City. That's hilarious. I wrote City were the winners in this. My brain just trying copium, baby. Phrases.
That's my level of the Lulu. I like that. I like that.
Like I looked at it, I was about to say Man City 2, Tottenham 0, and I was like, wait, why did I? Nope. Oh well. Phrases. They don't always translate whenever you go from like one language to another. And here is a perfect example.
Can you put your finger on it? Are they a bogey side?
Sorry?
Are they a bogey side?
Boogie?
A difficult side.
I've got a difficult side. Like he's just like, oh God, I'm not gonna get my answer. And he did. It's one of those situations where Pepper's just like, yeah, we play decent against them, but they have such strong attacking options. Just makes it weird for us. They're difficult, I guess. And yeah, we know what it is. It's so frustrating. But Pep in this pre-match presser, he showed that he's not too worried about the results leading up to the international break.
That is our pre-season before Wolves, now this week, and after Spurs, before Brighton, and before international break is our pre-season, and we are completely a machine to concepts to why we have to do this, how you have to do that. But after the teams who play in Europe, as international break is 3 days, 4 days, 3 days, 4 days, during 11 months. So
yeah, we have summer competitions basically every summer because the Club World Cup has inserted itself. We got the FIFA World Cup, we got Euros. There's always something happening. This is, to use the phrase again, the new normal. It's kind of annoying. I saw you make a face, Tom, when you heard Pep call this the preseason.
Don't love that. Don't love that at all. Like, while I understand it, and based off of where Spurs finished in the table last season, like, you could say, like, okay, this is the 17th best team in the league. Like, you're expecting to get points off of them. And just like you're expecting to get points off of Brighton, right? I think that we have seen title races be tight, and I think that with it having the potential to be a 3-team title race, you want to give yourselves as many opportunities to like gain points, and any opportunity where you're not like is a true detriment to you to getting back to winning the trophy. And I don't know if I love that, like that everything, like all September is just preseason.
That's fair.
I think it's, to that point, I think it's realistic, right? You can't, I don't think you can win or lose based on Pep's history, the Premier League, in the first 3 matches, like before the international break. You lose it when you mess up in the fall. Like when you get to October, November, and you aren't hitting your stride, it gets really tough. And we can even save ourselves in the festive fixtures, which is why, like, I think that stat about who's leading at the turn of the new year is so important, because it's really hard to catch up that late in the year. As long as we beat Brighton, this match won't matter. This match hurts because taking 6 out of 9 points is great, right? This match hurts if you only leave it a draw or a loss, and you only have 4 points going into the national break, and you got 2 weeks to figure it out and talk about it. But if we take care of business, then it becomes, okay, we made a couple mistakes, we didn't take our chances, and boom. So it's like, as long as you do well in the next one, it won't hurt. But Tom, to your point, nobody wanted to see what we had to see on Saturday morning. God knows.
Yeah. The Stones, Diaz. They paired 2 weeks in a row. We saw last week how big of a deal Stones can be, it's a big deal. Dias, he missed a huge amount of last season. I'm sure Pep is absolutely ecstatic about having his key contributors to the treble season together, right? Right?
Yeah, and Josko and Manu and Nathan and Kusa. Everyone it is, but of course, all I ask in the beginning of the season, said many times to the guys inside and now here, is always I want the team fit. Injuries will be injuries, but not as much what happened last season. So just players to play and compete. That's only I want.
Be healthy. Please be healthy. And that's he called Stones and Ake out by person in multiple interviews last season. I'm hoping they do their best to try to stay healthy. And this loss, the worst part, like losing, yeah, that's trash. But having to wake up at the time that we had to wake up to watch them do that.
And be mad all day. Just all day. Upset. Just angry.
It did. It slowed me down. Thankfully, I went to the farmer's market. I went and did some like day drinking. I did all the things.
Wait, are we actually going to talk about the game, or are we just going to talk about our feelings? Like, are we going to go through the lineups? Are we going to talk about the first half that changed? And I don't know. It's a lot of sad Sallies over here.
Oh my gosh.
Yasko Vardiel's not healthy. We started Rico and Rodrigo's not
I know we're gonna
90 minutes fit. So what more do you want me to say about the lineup?
Lineup great. Now let's get to the first half. Great lineup talk, Tom. Love the analysis.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So honestly, I know it all sounds sad and desperate. That was for me to zag. Honestly, I'm not that stressed about it anymore, and especially thinking about it, we did a pretty good job at parsing out what went wrong in the match during the watch along, and the mistake made, and then even watching the first 25 minutes of the game, you can see the shift in it and how it all went. And Pep called it a preseason. The Club World Cup made things weird. AFCON is going to make things weird in the winter. Having firm expectations about how the season will go after 2 games is nonsensical for even the most aggressively ardent Man City supporters. Trafford, Lewis, Stones, Diaz, Nori, Gonzalez, Marmouche, Rangers, Shirky, Bob, Holland. Rico Lewis again, Shirky in for Silva, Thomas Frank. So I actually have not a bunch, but obviously I've been soundbite heavy this week, and that's specifically because there's just been so much like Sharpie is feeling about us in this match. So much feelings going around. And it's really nice to be able to hear Pep's mindset, perspective, why he did this and that. And specifically, I have why Pep started Shirky and Lewis. And it is very honest from him. I like it.
When playing against Spurs or Brentford in the past, when we are able to drop them, the defense so deep, and that they need talent, need quality, need a vision. Like Ryan Shirky is extraordinary for that. And I knew that when playing inside, Rico is really, really good at smaller spaces in his work ethic. So many reasons that are involved. It depends how they defend the opponent, and just is in the build-up. When having a man marking, they know it. You have to track them to find the next stages, next passes, and that we didn't read it. But a part of that is a big problem. When we arrive in the positions more comfortable, we lose the simple things because we need the continuity with the pass. We cannot attack in 3 passes and 4 passes. We need that. And today, the play that we have, we miss it a little bit. That's all.
and people a lot of the conversation that was happening after this game was this new team is looking very much like the last team. And honestly, no. Last year, people were exhausted. They were injured. They were slow. They telegraphed. They were apprehensive. This team, they were fast. They were maybe a little too fast. What Pep always used to say about Phil, that he's always in like fourth gear. That's kind of how that first 20 minutes was. It was just like pass, which is great. But when nothing comes of it, there were some beautiful runs, and I was super excited, and I enjoyed that. But I do enjoy that Pep was like, hey, I was expecting this. We got something else. It's unfortunate. Sharpie, I saw lots of thumbs downs. What was going on with that?
Because to Tom's point, and I said this phrase on the watch along, like it becomes irrationally angry watching Rico Lewis not be able to do certain things at the right back position when Mateus Nunes is right there. Like the man,
fuck there.
he had all 7+ performances to end the year. I'm talking literally the last 10 matches. Go check FOTMOB. And yet, in the first 2 matches, okay, against Wolves, I get it. But against a team that has the talent and will be as like that, this is the match for Mateus Nunes. That's the issue I have with the lineup. And it's not Rico. Again, it's not him. It's Pep. And I feel like if you have the better option, do it. It would be like if you had Nori healthy, but you chose to start Ake, I'd be like, what are you doing? Right? Like that wouldn't make sense to any of us. Nunes, unless there's an injury that hasn't been disclosed, he's on the bench for both of these games. So why isn't he starting? Right? Like that I get starting Turkey. Support it, love it, give him the first start, go at home. I love it. Mateus Nunes should have been in the lineup. And I think the whole game opens up on that side of the pitch because now you have somebody who can support and add width to the team. Because who started at right wing? Was it
Bob.
Who was the right winger? Bob. Now Bob has even more space to work with because he can cut in. And we know what he can do with space. So
And he always
I just
cuts
think
in.
he's great at it. And I just think like that's the problem when Nunes doesn't start. So but Pep's Pep, so
Right. Oh man, and that's what we were doing. Rico steps in, allows Bob to stay out wide. Nori goes wide, allows Marmoush to cut in. I get why he was doing that. And all that changed. Getting a little ahead of myself when Ake comes off, but it was just having so many people willing to and able to attack. Because Ake can get up there, he can get in there, he can do his thing. But there are levels to this, and that is just really what it came down to over and over again. It just wasted opportunities. But I do want to show Tottenham tons of respect. Thomas Frank, tons of respect. Kudus was a battering ram. There were so many of those when Tottenham would kick the ball long. Kudus is just running as fast as he can. He's goalie. He's ready for that clash. It created many terrifying moments. You then had Richarlison or Sarr getting the second and third balls. Johnson would take advantage of the space, staying wide. If the ball finally, Tottenham would get the second or third ball, they could just pass it back to Bentancur, who could just cool off the City press. Like he was immense. Like they played good football, and I don't want to make it so much on like pooing on our team. Oh yeah, there were mistakes, opportunities wasted, and things like that. But Tottenham played a good game.
But Tom and Tarek, who could have been a person that would have added some physicality to our defense? A little bit of power, a little bit of pace, a little bit of size. Who could that person have been? I don't know.
Definitely not the
Not
20-year-old
even
young
a little
man.
bit. A whole lot of bit. God have mercy.
Yeah, it's and what I will admit, Rico, but it was to Johnson though. At the beginning of the match, Rico basically bodied Johnson, like he threw him on the ground, and I was like, "Yeah, let's go, Rico!" And that was kind of the most of
his lone highlight, his lone highlight of his shift. That's what he wanted to say.
I hate when all the moments come back for me because like y'all remember the first goal, and you saw how like 5'7" Rico was right there, but he's 5'7". Y'all saw that, right? Like he was in position. The man was right there. He was just 5'7", and Brennan Johnson just got the. But whom among us could have been a little bit bigger and a little bit faster to
Wait,
cover for the mistake?
Did you say
Whomst.
Whom's among us?
You
Like,
went the King James version of English. You went biblical. I ain't mad at you though, because yes, he could have absolutely. But see, I
just
feel
possibly.
like,
I don't know.
yeah.
God, I hate the show sometimes. I hate doing this sometimes. It's so fucking frustrating.
Yeah,
And if you're watching this, I'm wearing a black shirt because I'm in mourning. I'm wearing a black shirt after every city lost. That's my thing this year. I'm just gonna be black because it's fucking terrible. It's so preventable.
Are we all doing this? Are we gonna be
No,
like
y'all do what y'all
out?
need to do.
No, I'm saying are we
Y'all
gonna
do
be
what y'all need
blacked
to
out on after losses?
After some
that would be
bullshit
funny.
like choosing Lewis again. Now this is rational, Ingress, huh? This ain't irrational.
It has now become rational. It started irrational.
Against a Big Six club, it's very rational to see Rico Lewis starting over Mateus Nunes.
Oh my gosh.
Especially with two slow defenders at center back.
Just throwing stuff at 6:15 in the morning. Like I said, like we said in the last, like I said in the last show. Yeah, it's cool if he starts, if we know that Yashko's there, like to give him cover. Like, but no, like that is not even if Kuzanov were to start, like you would feel better because there would be some level of pace that neither Diaz or Stones is now offering to you at all.
And running high lines with those two.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, the reality is,
goal, really.
we in the first game against Wolves, our line was perfectly timed. We got it exactly right. But if you miss it by a little bit, we have no recovery ability. So now Stones is holding that man on. They end up getting a goal from it. We either, and maybe all of the above, it would be nice to have the physical, pacey Newts on that right side, but also, at some point we gotta put Kuzanov in here and give him a chance. We kept that man. We didn't send him out on loan. Give him game time. I don't know. It's a little frustrating. And then you think about if we take advantage of our opportunities, maybe we've still done enough to win the match potentially. Mm-hmm. But when you walk away with the 2-0 loss, it's just like you can see we could have done these other things. Part of that, again, the Aït-Nouri having to go off so early. So there's a lot of things that not a lot. There's things that we can look at and say, if that didn't happen, whatever. But you can do that. Every team can do that after every loss. At the end of the day, we got to do enough to win. And I think Pep's decisions with the lineup contributed to our loss. Actually, I think the Cherky start instead of Bernardo was another one, because that left Nico Gonzalez playing as a lone 6. He's not a 6, he's an 8. But we play him playing alongside Bernardo, who's gonna come back and do all the extra work too, who's gonna run just as much as him, is great. I don't think he's there yet to be a lone 6.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
It was a good
question.
It was a good test.
Is it, because I'm gonna go to the other side of the ball, right? We talked about the defensive choice by Pep, talked about the midfield. Now let's move up to the front of the pitch. Who frustrated you all more with their miss? Was it Marmoush's second miss? The first miss I get. The second miss? Or was it Holland's, I'm a 6'5" guy, but I can't hit the ball in the net? Whose miss upset you?
Okay.
You're leading the witness.
No, because it doesn't. Because I was again. This is one of those telepathy moments with me and Charlie, because I wanted to talk about this. Like, it baffles me how tall Erling Haaland is and how
high he can jump.
and not great in the air he is. Like it's one thing to be able to jump high, but like timing your jump to read the ball, like he does not have that at all. Like, and I think like when you get a striker that is that big, like you expect to get some gimmies, some dummies, some dunks. Like
they were there the first year. Like he's gotten worse at heading since the crazy year he started. Like
right,
it's wild.
And it's so frustrating to watch.
Like they
Like
get mad at the wingers for a bad supply or not enough supply.
no,
No man, make a fucking goal, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
like
over it. Like you're too big.
You timed your jump on that corner terrible, like just awful. So
all the work's being done.
So to answer your question, Charlie, yes, it was Erling Haaland because skills in the air leave much to be desired.
Open goal, wide open goal, beautifully crafted.
What was the Marmoush second goal? Oh,
go for it.
Oh, the Marmoush second was the one where the keeper came out at him. Like that was the one Haaland actually did great footwork
and
played him in,
played him through,
and beautiful. Yeah. And then the keeper, I thought it was a great save by Vicario. Like you want him to score, you want him to maybe take a top bins, but Vicario was on his game, like for both of those Marmoush shots. Yeah, chip it, something like that. But like, yeah, that's one where I like, oh, that's a striker missing. Cool. Shots get saved all the time. It's not an open net. I'm 6'4", 6'5", and I jump like a fucking giraffe height. And it's just, I don't even. It's not even
at the right time either. Like
it's not even that you miss. You can miss a header. Put it on target. I'd rather you head it. Oh, it hit the keeper. Okay, cool. You don't even hit. You sky it, bro. You in the air. How you sky something higher when you know you got to go down?
Because he didn't jump at the right time.
His timing is so off. He's like Carl Towns in a post. It's just not pretty.
He jumps on the
he called that man cat. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta tell my wife you called it because my wife.
Did I lie, Tarek? Did I lie?
No, you did it.
No, I don't think
it looks so bad. It's like you're not supposed to be here. Like if you're not shooting a ball, like when you try to do the other skill, it looks like wait, you actually can't do this well, and you're forcing it.
I was complaining about you guys not giving me clip-worthy material at the beginning of the episode, but y'all are killing it now. Y'all are in form.
That is funny.
Oh my gosh. I have another clip of Pep. He was asked, what was the team missing in this loss?
Maybe after, especially what we miss the simple things. They never asked to play the exceptional things, so they miss the simple things. When the first to effort and run, and that is extraordinary since many years. So I don't have doubts. Last season, no for lack of energy, but in the States, in the preseason, the trainings have been really good. But in that pressure, we missed the simple things and read better what they should do, and after that. In the final third, we create chances that never is easy. We create enough, but it's happened. It's football, so that and it's just the second game. And last game against Wolves, the people say, "Okay, now it's everything is fine." I said, "Just is the first game, so many things going to happen. It's the same right now."
He's going to change things up. People are going to be moved around. We're going to see what works. We're going to see what doesn't. This stuff didn't work. Now I know. My bad, guys. You know? I don't know. I'm more frustrated in situations than I guess more like what happens. Like the first goal. Oh, sorry, Sharpie.
No, go ahead. Finish. No, after you're done. I was going to go.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna move on to the first actually talking about the first goal. Long ball. John Stones. I guess I didn't. Did he? Because the rest of the line is up. They're like 2 steps ahead of him. So I don't know if he struggled to get back or he just didn't see that everybody else.
Yeah, he didn't step when everybody else did, and then when he tried to hurry up and step at the last minute, he slipped. Now he slipped
on
bad.
top of it. Yes.
Yeah, it's just all bad.
Yeah.
And Pep was asked about that and having to play such a high line and It's taking a huge risk. And I don't hate it, but again, it's one of those situations we either need some pace back there so someone can kind of get back there and do their thing. And I think it also hits harder when we're playing Tottenham, who has Van de Ven, and even Romero can kind of get up. So, and then they got Spence. There were just so much speed up top and speed in defense. It was just really tough that even when City, there were moments where there were like perfect long balls to Marmoush, and he got the ball in stride, and then all of a sudden there's somebody right there next to him, and Romero's already back. Van de Ven's already back. And nobody, Shirky, all of them are still trying to catch up with Marmoush. So what does he do? Do I go back? But then that everyone's running up. They're now running into Tottenham's press. It almost works like a trap. Or I can try to take on these three defenders and hope my teammates catch up with me in time for us to get things cooking. It was just really frustrating. It was just the right team at the wrong time.
Yeah, Van de Ven really impressed me because I forgot what he's like when he's fully fit because he was injured so much for Ange. But like that's the reason they got him. Like he actually is probably up there with Yasko as like most physically gifted center backs in the Premier League. I think that was the year he hit like the top speed in the league, regardless of position. Like he's a unit and he's super swift. It's crazy to watch. And it makes me think, to Tarek's point, your guy, our best chance at an athletic back four involves left center back Vardiol, right center back Kuzanov. Until you get that pairing, there will and of course right back Newts and left back. I ignore it. Until you get that back four, we will always be at a athletic disposition. Like they're always going to have more athleticism coming at us because one of our back fours is either John Stones or Ruben Dias, and playing them together, we saw what happened. So I credit Tottenham for being healthy, and then from Spence all the way over to Pedro Porro, who had a really good game as well, whipping balls in. Like that's a really physical back four, and Thomas Frank can manage. He didn't put them in terrible situations like Ange did, to where you're getting caught out and you're just playing basketball on a soccer pitch. Like that's Thomas Frank with better talent than he had at Brentford, and we know what he did at Brentford, and that's why they won't even get close to 17. If they're below 8th this year, I'll be shocked. It'll have to be an injury crisis.
Yeah,
like they're too well drilled.
Speaking of the whole John Stones Diaz pairing and mentioning Josko, he's injured at the moment. He comes back. Do you think he takes over from Stones, or does Stones have this locked down until he has an awful match where we lose again?
No, absolutely not.
When Josko is healthy, he's playing.
Exactly. And John Stones has proven himself to be Mr. Glass. And so, like, we are waiting at any moment for him to break. And, like, it just so happens over 180 minutes. Well, because he didn't even play all the full match against Wolves. So we're just fortunate in the 150 plus minutes that he's played, he hasn't gotten hurt. But we know that it is going to happen at some point in the season. So you put Josko in, because not only is he have the most important ability, which is availability, but he's also, to Sharpie Charlie's point, more athletic.
I think the better question is not when Vardiol is back to Stones, because Vardiol's on the left. He is our left-sided center back when he's available. The better question is, do you go with Stones or Diaz out of those two? Now, if you're talking about Kuzanov, throwing him in the mix, that's a different conversation. But if you're just talking those two, one of them is going to sit out, not going to be. And I can make the case that if we can stay healthy, that you start Stones over Diaz. I can make that case, and I would be okay with that. I definitely want to see Kuzanov get minutes in real matches, not just these little cup games here and there. He needs real matches against real opponents so we can see what he can really do. We know he's pacey. We know he's physical. Does he just have the discipline and all that stuff that we need from him? But you won't find that out if you don't play him. And I think we got to give that man a chance.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the schedule because
that's what I was about to pull up.
City.
Damn, that's good.
Because City,
Burnley. He has to start against Burnley.
Yeah, they have the Manchester Derby when they return back from the international break. Then they have Arsenal, and then there's Burnley. So it's Burnley, Brentford, Everton, Aston Villa. Out of those 4 games, Kusanov starts 2, right?
He needs to. If he doesn't start by the end of October twice, it's a real problem. Like, and we have every right to have a great clip for social from Terry on Kusanov not playing. Like, I get not starting him again in the Derby. Totally understand. I get not starting him.
I don't know that
Arsenal.
I do. Why
so
not?
Okay, so you say Man U is fair.
I think Brighton is fair. I think Man U is fair. Maybe not Arsenal, but even even with Arsenal, right? I don't know why. For me, I don't know why you don't play him against all these teams, because he's the only one back there that has any recovery pace. We've seen and so to be fair, I feel like, and I have to go back and look at the numbers, he's a better header of the ball than Dias is. We know what Arsenal's going to do. They're going to set piece FC us to death. So you got to have Stones, who wins a bunch of headers. You got to have, in my opinion, Kusanov, who wins headers. Vardiol wins headers. You got to have people who are going to go out there and win headers out there, because that's where we're going to get beat. And you had the pace to get back to help out on the counterattack.
So really, what we're saying, or maybe putting out there, is that when fully fit, and maybe this is Pep's thought, right? Because we are in a transitional year. This is a real transition. We thought it was coming last year. It's here now. Maybe he transitions to a Vardiol Kusanov pairing. But the thing is, you have to be consistent with center back pairings. That's the one partnership that can't go back and forth. Like, when we hit a rhythm in the treble year, we knew it was Stones and Dias, Stones and Dias, Stones and Dias. You can't be switching out partners, because it's about how do I read you, who's doing what. So maybe it has to come after the international break. You're right, Terry, because then Vardiol's fully fit, prayerfully back, and now you can say, hey, go out here and be able to, because now Arsenal has more talent. They are so much better attacking now than they were before. Bringing in Eze, Madueke, like, they just got all the black players. God damn it. So it's just like, I think, Terry, I support it. I would love to see it, and I could live with this transitional year being like, oh, we finished, let's say we didn't win the title, we finished second or third, but we know our back four set. Like, the trade-off of that is worth it for me versus, oh, we play these cagey matches and yeah, we get it, but we haven't even seen Kusanov, right? Like, I would take the one where we're playing and learning experience. Like, we could talk about Trafford, right? We haven't talked about second goal yet. Like, I'd rather say, hey, give the experience, because you got to learn. You can't learn on the bench. It's impossible.
And that would make those Pep comments about this being the preseason even more prescient in that case, because then you're saying, like, okay, because when we come back from the break, Yashko's fully fit. We know Kusanov is fully fit. So then we're actually going to play them together as a center back pairing on the other side of the international break.
The players for the transfers, they'd be gone. So all that weird vibes and energy at practice will be gone. Yeah. He'll know if John Stones is going to be dumb enough to try to play like 140 minutes with the international team. Like,
I don't think he gets caught up. I don't think Stone's getting caught up by Thomas Tuchel, honestly.
I hope not.
He's not one of England's 5 best center backs now. I don't believe. Well,
you know what's funny?
I don't believe so.
You say that, and everybody on the other shows that I do, it doesn't matter. In their mind, he is one of the best center backs and will get called up. Maybe not for
As
this,
long
but
as
for the
he's
World
capable.
Cup.
I see
If
what
he's
you're saying.
healthy,
Yeah.
he's going to be called up. Because I've always said he needs to go somewhere where he can play. They're like, no, he doesn't. He can sit here. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to be called up because he's just that much better.
He's perfect for international football.
Yeah, it's like him,
Good point.
Gahey, and who else?
English,
Maguire.
yeah, well,
exactly.
That's
So
that's
that's my point. That's the point.
Goddamn.
If he's healthy, he's
win.
gonna play.
Yeah. Damn.
But I can understand not calling him up because he's fragile, and you gotta wrap that man in bubble wrap to keep him healthy.
Pep will murder him.
I mean, he's
Pep
gone.
will
He's done it
murder.
before. He's gone when we didn't want him to go. So
The young one, honestly. Well, see, Levi Caldwell's hurt now. I'm reading this thing from 90minute.com.
Oh
and
yeah,
they literally
Levi Caldwell.
They have John Stones as number 1, Caldwell number 2, Gahey 3, Harry 4, Konsa 5. I think this could be Jared Brathwaite's breakout year under Thomas Tuchel. Like, he's the one I'm still waiting to see if we go after, like we went after John Stones from Everton. I think he has all the potential. But yeah,
I think he's going to be way more. Well, clearly, like because costs go up, like, but he's going to be way more expensive.
We're talking 100 mil. Like it's 100. It's like Jack.
I'm thinking like 125.
Oh,
he would be worth every fucking penny to play with Josko Vardiol. Oh my god.
Nah, I'm not paying 120. Look,
Yeah, that's scary.
You see what they're about to pay, or maybe pay, or then haven't been willing to pay to get Isak. If it's not an Isak level player, I'm keeping my money in my pocket. But speaking of center backs, and we didn't talk about this in the and I don't want to go too far, but the idea of Akanji going to Crystal Palace because they, the whole 15 mil or whatever it was, is there a space for a little bit of a swap? We give you pay 15 for Akanji, we pay the 35 or whatever it is for Gahey, and he comes the other way.
I don't rate Gahey.
He's an English center back. Homegrown.
Yes, like I mean, I get that. And
interesting.
What do you think he's lacking, Tom? This is very interesting. I'm intrigued.
Maybe it's because I saw him get beat one too many times in a 3 Lion shirt that it just I just don't rate him.
So what I will say about Gahey, he has all of the like physical components. Like as a straight up footballer, he is what you need in a center back. He's strong, he's confident, he's aggressive in the tackles, he's great in the air, all of that stuff. He is not a leader, and I know that was the conversation about Ruben Dias earlier. Like he's not the most vocal. He is the one who kind of leads by example, and maybe that needs to come. He's the man at Crystal Palace, and he's been the man at Crystal Palace ever since he was like 21, ever since he was like 19. Like he's a kid, and they were expecting great things from him. I don't think there was anybody there really trying to like help him find his voice. It was just kind of like thrusted on him, and even then, I don't think he talks too much, even on the men's national team or when he's at Crystal Palace. Like he is very cool, just hiding in the background, and that I don't love. But if you go to a club like City, you'll figure it out.
I'm a huge fan of rating Crystal Palace for Gahey and Wharton. I rate Wharton.
Yep.
I think like you put him at an 8 and watch him cook, bro. Like he has it. And I think Gahey's been linked with Liverpool so strongly because they expect Konate to go and they need that cover. But like I don't know. I feel like we'll come up with something crazy, either Brathwaite or Wharton. We're gonna get a big white English boy in there. Don't you worry. Don't you fret. We'll replace John Stones very well.
Terry,
so he's only right? Well, no, I was because I just put in. I wanted to see how tall he was, 182 centimeters. So then I put 182 centimeters in feet. In feet. Well, it said at first it said 5'9". I was like, what? 5'9". It was like 5'9", 5.97 something. I'm like, wait a minute. If that's but that was feet. It wasn't like feet and inches. It was 5.9. So it threw me off. And I had to put it in inches. And so it's 71. So just under 6 feet. So basically right at 6 feet. Yeah, 5 some change. It was right at 6 feet.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that.
It threw me off at first. I was like, he's only 5'9". I said, he my height. Wait a minute. that don't make no sense. So what are we doing? But no, okay. It's closer to 5'11". Or 5'11", closer to 6 feet.
I mean, Kuznanov's only 6'1". So like, but it's a difference when you think about athleticism. 6'1" when you can jump. That goes. You can do that.
And he's
like
not
when Ake was fully healthy before injuries.
And he's
incredible
not
athlete.
Growing yet.
That is very true. He is still a young pup.
Yeah, he's still pretty skinny. We have gone so long. No, it's fine. I was about to point out that we have not talked about this game for like 20 minutes.
I mean, because nothing else happens, right? Like, unless we want to just bring up, do we want to shit on Trafford, or do we want to like?
We got to talk about it. We don't got to kill him, but we got to talk about it.
What you got, Terry? What you got?
No, I mean, I think that, in my opinion, it is a case of a kid trying to prove a point. When you hear everywhere you go, every single day, oh, we got to go get Donnarumma. Oh, we got to go get Donnarumma. Oh, we got to go get Donnarumma. You are trying to prove a point that you don't have to go get Donnarumma. And what he should have done, what we all know he should have done in that situation, is just boot the ball to the other end of the pitch and live to fight another day. He was too confident in his own ability with the ball at his feet. He played a pass that, quite honestly, shouldn't have been played, but a pass that we've seen Ederson make just a couple against Tottenham recently. And so it is, it's a bad mistake. It's one that he will learn from, he'll grow from. But I just think that the last thing that before every match, Pep or whoever should be saying to him is, hey, just remember, if it's not there, just play along. You don't gotta, because he's trying to prove a point. I'm gonna be the number one, and you take a risk, and then it bites you in the butt.
That's so interesting that you say that, because I think my takeaway from from his match specifically was that it almost seemed like the moment was too big for him. Like, oh my gosh, here you are coming home, like hometown kid, like starting at the Etihad. But like to hear that perspective of it, like that probably played into it to a larger degree than what I was thinking about. And that's like, even still, I don't feel like that's any less of a fair evaluation of what happened in the match to him.
One of the best tweets I saw about this was somebody, you put out like mistakes happen, and it was 2 clips of Ederson making mistakes against Ederson and Rodri making mistakes against Spurs. But like they're from years ago, right? When they were younger, you make that mistake, you learn from it, and you get better at the skill. And as we all saw, if he just passes to the left or the right to a center back, they're probably just going to, like Tarek said, boot it up the pitch. We live to see another possession. It's 1-0 going into the half, and we figure it out. And like on the watch along, me and Crump, we kept saying like being down 1-0 at halftime is so much different than being down 2, because all you're trying to do is chase one goal. Because Thomas Frank is smart. He's not going to expose his team. He actually got better defensively in the second half. Versus if all we need is at one moment, okay, we got a chance. But when you need 2, you start forcing it because you're like, oh shoot, we got to take these shots. And so that message, that learning of like time and score, right? That's like the first thing they teach you when you play basketball. I'm sure it's similar in soccer. Is like, oh, it's almost halftime. Let's just get out of this. We already conceded a goal. Let's move on and live to fight another day. But I don't think, like, keepers make mistakes. Like they call it howler. He had a howler. Okay, cool. And it actually wasn't one of the worst I've seen. There's a world where that pass can get made and the ball goes up and we just keep it moving. So I hope he honestly starts again against Brighton. I want Pep to show that trust in him. Back him after a shutout, back him after one mistake, and now we go into the international break and we go from there. But like, I hope it's not, let's be reactionary and take him out. Because everybody makes mistakes. Like Holland not gonna get taken out. Holland ain't gonna get taken out for missing a header.
Right.
Like,
I think you have to play it because even if you brought in Donnarumma, there's no way he's playing this weekend, right? He's got to wait till after the break. If you decide that you're not going to bring in Donnarumma, I don't know that Ederson is ready to play this weekend. So I feel like you got to play him this weekend, get through the international break, and then you got to see what does Pep do after international break. Because if he goes away from him, he may not come back to him except for like the cup games and stuff. So we'll see.
Which honestly, if I'm okay with staying with Trafford, because yes, that moment was bad. And usually people were also like, hey, Ruben Dias is the one who kind of put him in that situation. But I feel like situations like that happen all the time. They kick it to the goalkeeper to have the people run to the keeper so then he can just hit it to the side. They can move it up the pitch. There were plenty of really good passes that he made in that match. Like Ederson level, like put it on a dime. Last week, he was the key pass in a goal.
Started the move,
yeah. So like we can see that he has the talent, but yeah, he's 22, man. Like he's coming up from Burnley. Like he has to get the Burnley out of him, and it's not going to happen in 2 games. Yeah, I even in the game during the watch along, I don't think I was killing him too much. I don't think either of us really were. Like it's a stupid mistake, yes, but we were more just focused on the idea of how are they going to come back? Who are they going to bring on? How is that going to go? And the people who he brought on, I was like, please don't bring on Bernardo. I understand why you want that control, but that's what we should have had in the first half. Now that City are down, we need to just embrace the chaos. I said I would much rather lose 3-1 trying to score and going down swinging than lose 2-0. And that was at halftime. And then we ended up losing 2-0. Well, it was like, what did we even do? It just felt like they were running on a hamster wheel for 45 minutes. And that was super frustrating.
Can I transition this into talking shit about Liverpool, even though they won?
Please.
So if you caught any wind of the Liverpool-Newcastle second half, they scored a goal in 21 seconds. They're up 2-0, up a man. You're not supposed to even get close to losing that game. But what happened after that was a team that did not know how to play being up 2-0 compared to a Thomas Frank team, which perfectly played being up 2-0. Like you can't write a book as a manager. Like, what do you do up 2-0? You take opportunities, you try to hit set pieces, but you never give them a clean shot. Like we did not get any clean looks. The subs didn't hit. Foden, he had with one chance, and who slid? Van de Ven. Perfect defensive slide tackle, blocked the shot after Doku went crazy and got Foden a great look in the middle of the box. Van de Ven was there. That's the only real clear chance we had the entire second half from my memory. And so like that goes to coaching, and his subs are perfect. He knew when to bring on certain players. He knew when to take off attackers and go more midfielders and defensive. Like he played the game state perfectly. So we couldn't even, like, people talking about it like City weren't trying. No, people are trying to do things. Like I hate the comments afterwards. You would think like City just stood there and just kicked the ball along and said good luck. Like no, they were working. You're just up against a really good defense. Now this isn't just Spurs. Like it's the perfect blend of Ange and Conte so far. Early returns. Like they got 2 clean sheets. Credit to him.
Yeah, that's all I got. And oddly enough, so anything else from this match? Okay, well then we can keep it moving to and even staying with that Liverpool match, this is shock all and applause. It's where we talk about other teams, clubs, players, and say something positive, negative, or whatever about them. Liverpool, the way that they did not handle the rest of that game, just kicking it out. I shared the Optajo stat that the ball was in play for 40.8% of the game, which ties a record And I took that screenshot, put it on Blue Sky because Opta Joe isn't active on Blue Sky. And it's interesting seeing people be, and I get it, win by any means, blah, 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 blah. But I'm actually shocked by how many people are actually being like, boo you for booing them. And I'm like, what is happening? Like that. Did you not watch that game? That game was awful. They were pathetic. They're the champions. They're playing like it was gross. Like, somebody sent me a chart, and it was all how much percentage of play that is in, and Newcastle last. It's like 52% of the time it's in. And Liverpool were third under City and Arsenal with like 50 with like whatever it is. I'll tag it in the show description so people can look it up. And all I responded back to him was, so you played like Newcastle? In fact, you played worse than Newcastle. And you're taking pride in that? Like why am I wrong for saying that this is silly and you guys should be embarrassed? You played like somebody else? Well, they do it too. Okay, so let me be like a parent. If they jump off a bridge, will you? Like, you were up a player. You're up a player, and you're just hoofing it out of bounds. Kirk is just playing dumb outside with throw-ins.
That was the worst defending on that first goal. The man literally just crouched and bent over. Like, he didn't try to defend. He just stood there and
got
dunked on. Like, literally the definition of dunked on. Like, I can't physically be more on your back in a basketball game. Like, it's like he was trying to box out and the guy just like went over the back in basketball. Like, foul. No, it's soccer. Goal. Like, it was such bad defending. It made me happy to watch. I was like, oh, this is the one. They're going to get it. And then 16-year-old little Rio Namoha comes on and says, you know what? I only need 4 minutes to win a game at St. James Park against a raucous crowd.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I'm going to hit it. First kick, first shot of the game. It goes in. It was so Liverpool, bro. Like, they just do this shit. That's stuff that normally just happens at Anfield, which I get. That's their magic. To do it on the road, man, that 16-year-old is crazy. Like, I was telling Crump before the match, we need Mukasa to come up. I need divine intervention. We got to get our own teenager. We need our own team to get behind. They got Max Dowman at Arsenal. You know, they got my boy Rio now at Liverpool. Nope, get Divine up. Let's go. Bring him up.
Anyone else? Anything in particular for Shaka on applause?
Shout out to the Fighting JJ Watts.
They did. They fought hard.
Yeah, Jaden Alexander and Josh Cullen assisted on each other's goals, getting a win at home against Sunderland. Those are important wins to get if you want to make sure that you stay up. So shout out to them.
My favorite stat of the weekend, Jack Grealish equaled the same number of assists for Everton in one game in the Premier League as he had for City in the last 40 Premier League matches with 2.
The issue with that, people will use that to bash Pep and say, well, see, you get him outside of a Pep system and he can do all this stuff. And reality is the first assist, cool. You know, nice little cross.
Beautiful cross.
Is it a cross? Boom. Dude gets on the end of it. Header, boom, whatever. Second assist is technically an assist. But
that strike was everything.
It's just a pass to the player to your right. It's the least assisting assist you could ever have, because it's like, I didn't do anything, but you did it all. But I get credit for it, and I'll take it. But you know, he gets credit for the assist, but that was all about that shot. That's what that was about.
I'm assuming you didn't hear the commentary for that match with that situation. The commentary, they were glazing Grealish. They were like, so brilliant by Grealish. You saw how he just laid the ball perfect right on wrong foot for him to make the shot. Like, he was going crazy. I was chuckling. But it's also this point, people trying to hate about it and somehow make it about Pep. Grealish was Any chance they could, they gave it to Grealish. Every time. Grealish.
And he did nothing most of the match. He did the same thing he did at City. Take it. Did he drive past the man more than once? I didn't see it. Like, he's not a winger. He has no winger skills. We've seen enough of it. There's a reason why Doku just outplayed him and then performed with 6 Premier League assists last season. Oh, and Savinho had 8. He was not good enough to play at City. Pep didn't dislike him. It wasn't about the off the field stuff. If he was balling, nobody would care. He stopped balling. He got worse. He plateaued. And then the young kids came up and took his spot. And so now you go to Everton where they need a savior. They want to get behind you, get the 18 shirt, blah, blah, blah. I'm so happy that man is not at City. I'm so happy that Ryan Cherky's wearing a 10. A real 10 is wearing a 10. Like, it's like when Marmoush got the 7 after Cancelo's issues. Like, everything is in place.
Issues.
So I'm really like,
Issues.
this is like applause and like awe and like bullshit on Jack Grealish all at the same time. He's my least favorite City player of the last 5 years. Oh, and then Ruben Dias is right underneath. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Sharpie's back.
Sharpie's back. It only took an hour. It only took an hour of recording time. But Sharpie's
I wanted him to listen to the end of it to hear. I ain't forgot that man can't run. I just respect him a little bit more now.
That is funny. That is very, very funny. I love it. So I was trying to find my tweet earlier when we were talking Liverpool and their situation because I posted this earlier. Congrats to the young kid. Rio scored his first senior goal, game winner on the road at 16. But that was all about Soboslai's dummy. Should get an assist for that, real talk. I genuinely think, hey, the kid stepped up in a crucial moment. All the pressure. I am not trying to take anything away from the Rio, the kid, because it's big time pressure. I couldn't even imagine my kids even being in the situation, let alone stepping up and making the play. But that being said, the play was available to him to make because Soboslai stepped over the ball, what we call a dummied it, took the goalkeeper's gaze attention this way, and then allowed the kid to just run on it, right foot, curl it right on in. It was beautiful to watch. And if you ever listen to any of these, you know, I don't give these other players and teams credit for anything because I don't care about them. But a 16-year-old kid, I gotta, you know what? Great job, kiddo. I'm sure his parents are very proud this evening. And he deserves all the credit he gets for that because that was an amazing play. But I can't walk away without saying Soboslai, that was awesome. So
yeah,
this is the only time you're gonna hear me say that because I'll never say it again.
He doesn't have to go to school tomorrow like that. If I'm his parents, bro, what we doing tomorrow? We going somewhere? We going somewhere in public so everybody can.
Where you want to go?
Love?
What's your? And that's like the kids.
They'll have a new contract by the end of the season. They're gonna re-up him. Oh, we're gonna lock you down. Don't worry about it. We got you. We'll take care of you.
It's always like, hey, okay, you get to pick where we go eat. Okay, fine, we'll go there, whatever. That's basically what you can do with a 16-year-old.
Nando's again, bruh. Okay, cool. Brighton will end the show with a preview, score predictions, traveling to sunny Brighton Seagulls, who at this moment they sit in relegation station, needing a win to lift them out of the trenches. Brighton, they lost 2-0 to Jack Grealish's Everton. Brighton had a few scoring opportunities in this match, but they couldn't convert. It was wild. Matoma almost scored the goal of the season. Welbeck skied a tap-in. That was actually worse than Haaland's miss because it was with his foot. And the ball just went straight up in the air. It's like, I don't even know how you even do that.
I like that Haaland cover. That was good. That was good.
And they hit the woodwork twice, which club, how we feeling about this match? Who do you got? Like what player is going to stand out?
I think
He's-
It's Everton. I think Holland. He scores. He has to. Their center backs are not that good. They start Dunk and Van Heck. Those are the whites that Holland dominates.
Yeah, he
He's
should be
like when
throwing them out of
Sabrina
the way.
Ionescu or Caitlin Clark see a white woman guarding them, he just goes crazy.
Dog.
Am I lying, Tom? Like it's real. They see white women and they go off. It's just he sees two white men. Oh, bro, it's a wrap. He'll make that header. Also, they play a midweek match. They play Wednesday
He'll make
in the
that.
EFL.
Oh, yep. They have to play Carabao.
So like,
yeah,
that's gonna be interesting. Them having to do that. Yeah, I got us winning. I'll go low on the score. I'm gonna go 2-0, solid 2-0.
I hate any road away match where we have to go to the South Coast because it always seems like if we end up at Southampton or Brighton or Bournemouth for some reason, like shit goes left. I have a chaotic 2-2 draw and I hate it.
man. Yeah, Belieba's been playing well.
I was gonna say, do we think that he's still there by the time we play?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think anybody does any deals before this week. Like I think they're gonna run up the 3, which is why the deadline day is always so crazy because everybody has finished that week and now we start making moves. I think he plays. I don't know if he's gonna be there 24 hours later. That's a good question.
Because
I don't know if United can
I
afford
saw
him.
him get substituted whenever they played yesterday, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Which I thought was interesting that he, unless he's hurt or something like that. I was like, why are you ever taking that man out off the?
I don't think he was having that great of a match. What happened? Did he get hurt? Right?
I think he went down. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, no, he went down and he covered himself and he got back up. So I think it might have been just like a protective,
like a knock or something.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a precaution because I do remember him he was getting beat up because he was doing everything. He was carrying that team. Like I get the letting go of Believer, but they can't just hold on to that money. They need to make a move.
Because that was right after halftime. Like he went out in 46 minutes. So like,
yeah,
there had to be something wrong.
Yeah.
That wasn't really right.
I do remember him going down, taking.
And that's why I was wondering: is he?
Yeah.
Whether it be because he's hurt or because he's going to get sold.
Maybe even both.
United probably need him, want him, need him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you sell him if he's hurt?
Can you what?
Can you sell him if he's hurt?
If United wants to, it's all.
I mean, we bought Gundo when he was still not right.
It's up to
it's part of investment.
But I'm not spending $100+ million on a player that's hurt though.
No, because they need a healthy midfielder.
Yeah.
But because Amram's trying to save his job. What's your score prediction, sir?
I'll go. I don't know. What did you say? 2-0? Did you say 2-0?
I said 2-0. Tom said 2-2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1. Welbeck or Matoma probably get a goal against us.
Yeah, I'm with Sharpie. I'm gonna do 2-1. I was feeling real reckless.
2-1 is me. 2-1 is me. 2-0 is Charlie.
Oh, sorry, I meant 2-1. Sorry, I meant 2-1.
Yeah.
I meant 2-1. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Cool.
If Rico Lewis starts, we riot.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
If Rico Lewis starts,
it will not be a pretty scene. It will not.
I am spazzing. I am going to spaz
because that would have him matched up with Matoma, right?
And God knows why on hell
nasty.
On God's green earth, why would Pep do that? It was enough to do it against Brendan Johnson. We saw how that turned out.
Correct.
If you do it against Matoma, who is literally like a doctor of dribbling,
I don't know if that there's. I mean, quite honestly, that's actually a scary proposition. Period. Our right side,
but Nunes can defend.
Yeah, he's got
better at it.
He's got the pace to keep up. He's physical. He can kind of hold his own. I definitely think I'd rather have Nunes there, but Matoma can be scary at times.
Yeah, he's playing really good.
We pray for 3 points.
Oh my gosh. All right, show bros. Let people know where they can find. Oh, go for it.
Sorry, before we do that.
No, you're good.
Did they change the rule? I mean, can loan players play against their? They still can't play against you. Okay,
correct.
Good.
It's still, yeah.
So we don't have to worry about Jack Grealish getting a goal against us or something like that when we play Everton in a couple weeks. Because
see him.
That would be like crazy.
It's the best situation for us with the loan on PL.
Yeah, he can get
off.
Yeah, do work against everybody else, take points off of them, but you can't take it off of us. Okay, cool. I thought that was I know that used to be the case. I didn't know if they changed it. So cool. I think they changed it like in European competitions, maybe.
Yeah. The clubs can make the decision. Basically, like if you can play, if you are able to play against a team, they can be like, yeah, sure, go for it.
The draw is Thursday, by the way.
Champions League is coming.
Draw.
Filling all those win days, and Pep can complain about the same shit he complains about every year. Matches every 3 days. How will we compete? Shut up.
That's what he said in one of the clips I played when he was talking about international break. Once international break comes back,
it's the same schedule. I'm done.
3 days a week.
Start Mateus Nunes and shut up. That's it.
Goodness, I love it. Okay. Now, show bros, let people know where they can find you and the things that you do. Tarek, let's go with you first.
You can find me on any of this, whatever social media at Tarek Peterson. Pretty much all of them, I think. And then, yeah, that's where you can find me.
There's a social media app that I use. You can find me at TomBomb816.
I am Sharpie Charlie on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads. I'm also compiling, which I need these gentlemen to help me with. I'm compiling a list of 180 albums because I want to play an album a day for my class. Today we did Mixtape About Nothing by Wale. So if you want to send me 3, people send up to 7, but at least 3 of your favorite albums. I have 68 spots remaining. Think about it. Hit me up. I'll be posting the full list once I get to 180. So appreciate y'all.
You ain't gonna get fired for depending on the lyrics or nothing?
No, it's DC. We do what we want. Kids ain't gonna snitch.
There's a conversation to be had there.
Yeah. But no, I go to Apple Music and I turn off I make a parental advisory. So I see MA cover my own. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Tom Bomb?
Oh, I said there's a social media.
Oh, yeah, you did it. Sorry. Yeah. Once you said that, I was like, oh, yeah, he did say that.
Also, I know it's late.
Also, I will be living at CPKC Stadium for the next next few months. I just realized that for the rest of the season, KC Current has 3 away matches.
Oh, wow.
The rest of them are all at home.
Let's go. Anything for the pod at Shades of Blue NW, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok. We're on all of those at Shades of Blue NW. Rate, review, like, subscribe, review, all those things. Until next time. There we go. Until next time, you know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.